Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping. Oh my God, my whole life, my words been my greatest weapon. I know I've been the coast's greatest blessed.
The greatest deaths in One Piece at number 11 are Izo and Ashura Doji. Both of them were retainers of the Kazuki family. Izo and Ashura Doji died fighting for Wano, their home. In my opinion, their death were understandable. It was a huge war against Kaido, and many people died during this war. Number 10 is Fisher Tiger. Tiger died from blood loss after being ambushed and shot by a squad of Marines at Fool's Hout Island, following his delivery of a young former slave, Koala, back to her hometown. Tiger climbed back through the Red Line to Mary Joieuse in order to free his fellow slaves. This act granted Tiger infamy among humans and admiration from his fellow fishmen. He did hate humans, but that was understandable. Number 9 is Pedro. Pedro's death was unnecessary, in my opinion, and the way he died was disrespectful. He sacrificed himself so the Straw Hats could escape. He blew himself up with dynamite alongside Perospero. But Perospero didn't even die, which wasn't fair to Pedro. He had been waiting for his moment since he was a child. At number 8 is Belmir. She was a Marine, and after a fight against some tribal pirates, many of her friends died. As Belmir lay wounded, she decided that it was alright to let herself die there and then. However, just as she was giving up and letting herself go, Najiko appeared carrying Nami. Belmir took the two back to her village and raised them as her daughters. She died by Arlong later, having said that she is a mother and has two other daughters instead of lying. Number 7 is Kazuki Odin. I personally don't feel bad for his death. Odin could have prevented a lot of things if he stayed behind, but he left his country to travel to the last island with Roger. I don't blame him, but leaving your wife, kids, and friends in your country when you know there is something wrong is messed up. After fighting for his home against Kaido and Orochi, he died protecting his retainers and leaving the fate of his country to them. This death led to a beautiful arc later on. At number 6 is Don Quixote Rocinante. Unlike his brother Doflamingo, Rocinante was a caring human being. He started to take care of Law like a younger brother and traveled to find a cure to save his life. Even though he had a hard life as a kid and saw his brother kill their dad, that didn't stop him from caring for someone else. As Doflamingo found out that he was working for the Navy, they killed him. Rocinante, as a last resort, put Law in a barrel and placed a calm field so no one could hear Law crying. Number 5 is Goldie Roger. Roger was the only known pirate to travel the whole world and find the One Piece. Everyone respected him, even the likes of Akainu. After becoming the Pirate King, knowing that he would soon die from an incurable disease, Roger disbanded his crew before turning himself in to be executed. Thinking they would make an example of him to prevent others from becoming pirates, the Marines brought him back to his birthplace, Logatown, to face his execution in front of a large crowd. However, instead of trembling with fear like most people would before their demise, Roger smiled proudly without regret. And just before he met his end, Roger yelled out his famous last words. "My treasure? If you want it, I'll grant it. Search on. All the world had to offer, I left in that place." Number 4 is Dr. Hilik. When do you think people die? When they are shot through the heart by the bullet of a pistol. No, when they are ravaged by an incurable disease. No, when they drink a soup made from a poisonous mushroom. No, it's when they are forgotten. At number 3 is Edward Newgate. In his final moments, Whitebeard remembers his last meeting with Roger and his path as a pirate in order to have his family. Whitebeard dies standing, right after telling Blackbeard that he is not the one Roger is waiting for, saying that the will of people like Ace will not die and there will be one that will challenge the world in the future, and then telling the world that One Piece does exist. Number 2 is Portgas D. Ace. Since a child, Ace couldn't live with the fact that his father was a dangerous criminal, the Pirate King Gold D. Roger. Later, when he accepted that he wants to live, he died protecting his little brother Luffy, in his arms. I do believe Ace had to die for the plot, but it was still emotional. At number 1 is Kina. The most exceptional death of all time. How do you die falling from the stairs? In One Piece? Let's not forget that she was stronger than Zoro when she was a child, and Zoro trained like a beast. Their dojo seems small, so there shouldn't be more than 5 steps.
I'm an icon, man. I'm a girl about a 10. should fuck her in the Benz.